Good morning, everyone. It's Lindsey Huddleston with SPS back in the building for another SPS Monday Motivation. Hope you guys are doing okay. I know many in Detroit and throughout the state are on a high. Congratulations to the Detroit Lions on their way to the NFC Championship game. Who would have thought, but I know many fans have been saying this was the year. They've been really feeling good. Congratulations to them, and why not take it all the way? Go to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, bring it home, change the trajectory of the Lions' history. How cool is that? Shout out to the Michigan State Spartans. They got a win on the road. Shout out to Trey Holloman with the big steal at the end. He was following the scouting report. I think that was my guy TK's scouting report. I'm going to check to see if TK scouted that team for that. If not, we'll find out. But great things are happening, no doubt. I got Michelle Mimi Watkins early morning. Good morning to you. How are you, Aaron Mays? I know where you were, brother. I saw you up in the Lions Den. Congratulations. That brother was at the game, and you got to experience history, no doubt, man. Congratulations to you to be able to go to the last game that the Lions will play on their way to Super Bowl glory. How cool is that? Got my brother Kevin Marshall going on, getting down with him on Thursday. That's right. More Than a Coach podcast. I'm very excited, brother, to be on the opposite end of questions and be able to open up and share. I know you're going to have a great experience for everybody, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. But some good things are going on. And what is today's topic? Find the joy. Find the joy. I brought that up because it came on my heart a while ago, and I want to give a special shout out to Michigan State women's basketball coach Robin Freilich. That's right. She is moving through, just recently hired and on board, and got a chance to meet her and spend some time with her, and it's been really cool. And I give total credit to her for today's topic because when she came on board, I was very familiar with her. My brother Kevin said, can't wait for it all. So cool, man. Absolutely. Can't wait as well. I was familiar with Robin Freilich's hire because her and I shared the platform together through USA Basketball. I was presenting in Ohio, and she was presenting as well. It was one of those times. So I was familiar with her. And then I was in a restaurant, and I remember sitting down, and it was like one seat left, and I looked, and I'm like, are you the new basketball coach? She's like, yeah, what's going on? And she was there with her team, with her staff, and we got to talk a little bit. Tino in the building. Good morning, Tino. How you doing, brother? Thanks for checking in, man. I appreciate you. We're talking about finding the joy, and the topic came from Robin Freilich. So when I was talking to her, I always do a mini interview, Kevin, when I meet individuals like coaches and such. I said, what's some advice you can give to young athletes, particularly young women? And she paused for a second, and she said, it's important to find the joy and why you play. And I thought that was really interesting because there's so many things that people can say, but she just talked about getting back to that. And I remember that. And as I was leaving, jokingly, I say, find the joy. And she said, find the joy. And there's always been some really positive banter. I'm always happy to see her. She always has great energy. And I want to wish them the best of luck as they fight through this Big Ten schedule. We all know it's tough, whether it's the men or women's team. So with that being said, it just came on my heart recently to use that as a topic. And when I did some digging, I found I learned something, which is great too. When I can learn some things, it's not all about me telling everybody, so I can learn something too. And shout out to Amber, what's Amber's last name, who I got this information from. I want to give proper credit to her. Amber Murphy, in her article back in 2022, was How to Find Joy in Life Every Single Day. And it was on a platform called Declutter the Mind. It's about meditation and all those type of things. So, but one thing she started with, I thought that was very interesting. She said there's been some confusion between joy and happiness for a long time. I'm really big on language and words, and nowadays, because we got this computer right here in our hand and in our back pocket, you can always look up a word to get clarity. She said that joy is characterized by a strong emotion of inner peace and contentment. Joy is characterized by a strong emotion of inner peace and contentment. Oh, the C word. Can you be content? Whew, that's a rough one for a lot of people I know. And on the other hand, she said happiness is a feeling of intense pleasure, excitement, and satisfaction. Now, I instantly thought, how so many people are bent on saying that person doesn't make me happy. So if we look at the true definition of the word, you are relying on another person to provide you intense pleasure, excitement, and satisfaction. I wasn't happy with them. With them, I wasn't happy. Well, that's because you didn't have joy. You didn't have inner peace and contentment, which is something that you have to derive for yourself. So I think a lot of times people put the action on others in relationships in particular to create this happiness that we talk about. And the simple definition of it said happiness is intense pleasure, excitement, and satisfaction. Happiness is what Aaron was experiencing yesterday at the Lions game. Am I right, Aaron, when you was up in the building? That's happiness. Everything can't be an NFC bound championship game, but gee whiz. But anyway, I thought it was interesting and to explore a little bit different. According to psychologists, people can find joy regardless of their age, provided they understand the best way to do it. So many times we think age is the reason. I'm too old. I can't do it. Aaron says facts. He said, yeah, that was happiness. No doubt, right? So we see the distinction. Shout out to Courtney in the building. Courtney Alexander representing all the way from the Chi. He says facts as well. We appreciate that, brother. I hit on something with that, brother. I got an idea what you on with that, because I know my brother's trials and tribulations he's been through and overcome. I'm happy that you finding that joy right now. So what are some things that she said that we can do to end up finding that joy, like Robin Fralick talked about when we sat down back in the warm months of last year? There are 10 things she mentioned I thought were really good and worth sharing to you guys that could be helpful. One sounds simple but really powerful. Pursue your interests and hobbies. So many times, folks, we allow our 9 to 5 or whatever our job is to strongly identify who we are as an individual. And it's hard because many times we want that job and that job description and that job pay to take care of everything. And we know in 2024 going forward, it just doesn't happen like that. It can't take care of all your financial needs, nor can it take care of your personal needs, to be able to say I have a job title that really represents me well. I always say, if you really want to know somebody, don't ask what they do, ask what they love. You ask what somebody do, man, I might do X, Y, Z in the morning, but what I love to do is, A, B, and C. So, that's important to find those interests and hobbies and be okay with that. Your interest and hobby doesn't necessarily have to be something that's completely financial beneficial, but sometimes those, passions lead to profit. I talk about that all the time. Passions lead to profit, so you want to keep that in mind. My brother Kevin says, that's true right there. Okay, I appreciate that, brother. Aaron says, yes, sir. No doubt. No doubt. Also, too, she says, create connections with positive people. See, that's interesting because I was just thinking the other day about sometimes how you have to move away from some people, and I think there's such apprehension to move and change or quote unquote cut people off. But the flip side of it is that you can turn around and create connections with positive people. Everybody on this timeline, like not right now, that I talk to on a regular basis, check in with, there's always some positive affirmation going back and forth. And that's a great thing, and it's well worth it. So if I said these people on my timeline were my circle and that's it, compared to all the hundreds and thousands of people out there I could be connecting with, well, I'd rather deal with a small group of people for positive reasons, and that's a good thing. I just read a quote. I don't know if it's going to come up. Psychologist Sadia, I want to say her name is, and I don't know if it came up when I tried to put it together, but she said something very interesting about relationships, saying being single, for example, that it's okay to be single. That doesn't mean it's a death sentence. Focus on you, focus on your business, focus on taking care of things, because the flip side is being with someone who's not compatible for you could kill you. And that's literally, right? So I think those are things that are important to keep in mind. Ron Bacon says, you are your top 5 friends. Oh, come on, Ron. Come on with it, Mayor Bacon. Drop that on us. He said, you are your top 5 friends. I'm going to hold on to that, brother. You got to remember that. That's a love yourself type moment, Ron. Appreciate you checking in. Got East Lansing's finest, Ron Bacon, the mayor of East Lansing, doing some great things, Ron. We appreciate you, and I'm glad to be a resident and happy to be able to vote for you again when the opportunity presents itself. Confront your past. Now, this was interesting. Now, when I say confront, don't hit me up like, Lindsay, I had to run up on them. I'm not saying like that. And the way Amber put it in this information that she shared, it was like, what are those things that are really bothering me and how can I address it? A lot of times we can confront our past by just simply just thinking back and kind of, walking through a process and say, well, what really made me upset? What's triggered me? And sometimes you can figure what that is. And I've done that times that didn't lead to me running up on nobody. It ain't necessary to run up on nobody. Don't say, Lindsay, you told me to run up on them. I'm not saying that. Enjoy the small things. Man, boy, I tell you what, man, sometimes people can just miss out on the little things. It's not really about stuff being over the top or these major gestures that people expect of you. It's just the small things, the little things. Maybe it's just staying at home chilling. Maybe it's just being able to relax a little bit, finding a nice movie to watch. I mean, it can be anything, cooking a nice meal that you enjoy. Hey, I got the greatest of all right here. Good morning, son. It says my mother, Patricia England. Good morning, mother. How are you? I know you feeling good. You was watching them Lions and all that type of stuff. Michelle says, be present in the moment. Yeah, that's tough, Michelle, because we always are responding to this stimuli. We want to be stimulated, and to be present in the moment means you got to sit still. Never forget, a brother told me one of the hardest things a person can do is sit alone in a room with their thoughts. Sit alone in the room with their thoughts, because we're so worried about what thoughts may come up, what may overtake us. But you're absolutely right. These are other things that can help us find that what? That joy. That's what we're working on. We're trying to find the joy. Again, shout out to Coach Robin Freilich, what she shares. Another, number 5, spend time outdoors. Now, there's a cultural connection with this, and when I originally saw it, I was like, black folks don't be outdoors. But I just found a brother online, I got to remember his name, that he's an outdoorsman, and he's out, sleeping out in the wilderness, doing his thing. But not even that. Doesn't mean you got to go camping or hiking. Just literally walking outside. I remember during the pandemic when I was homeschooling Madeline, and we would take a break and walk outside when that air would hit me and all those type of things. It may not sound the coolest right now, but if you dress appropriately, if you're a Michigander and you get out there, get some fresh air, let that help you out for a minute. That can be helpful. I think that's important, and I won't downplay that based on one's background. Play different games. Get yourself into, whether it's gaming, rolling the dice, playing some Monopoly. All these type of things are really helpful just to kind of break up the monotony of what you have going on. Now, a lot of us, our games are hooked with, some big time, wagers. Hey, that's on you. That just hasn't been my thing, and I'm not judging, but I know that's a huge part of the culture. I sit with people sometimes. I know they got all these bets and parlays going on, but play some different games, get yourself involved in some things. I got back on the basketball court just last week. That's right, on Monday I got back on the basketball court, last Friday that is, and it was a good run, and my game was looking good, and felt good about that. Show kindness. Can you be kind? That's easier said than done, because we sit on a lot of things, and it really takes you to be at a good place, to be able to put yourself out there to show kindness to people. I think that's really important. But by showing kindness, you can find joy. If you're feeling good, it should be easy to be like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? And just keep it moving. Try that. Practice self-care. What are you doing for yourself that's good for you? Whether it's your spa day, whether it's, getting that massage or whatever it may be, what are you doing that's beneficial? Sometimes we have to be careful because we think the self-care, whether it's, whatever vices that you may have, but if they can end up being something that can have a long-term negative effect on you, you may want to be careful with that. But practice self-care. 9, that social interaction is always good. When I was able to get out, I went to a basketball game, a high school game, on Saturday. Sexton and Eastern were playing. I got to see a lot of people that I knew. Got to chop it up with a lot of folks, good friends, and catch. And that social interaction on that afternoon was really good for me, just to touch base with people. Say what's up. Hey, what's going on? How you been? Those things are cool. That was a great thing. And the last thing she said is change your routine. We get caught up in the monotony of things sometimes over and over again. Change your routine. I've done something different. I just canceled my membership at Planet Fitness, and it won't be forever. But now I have an exercise bike at home that helped me keep my numbers low for my blood sugar. And I got back to old school, push-ups and sit-ups. And just to kind of change it up a little bit, because getting out here in this weather, it was just getting challenging. Like, man, I don't want to get up. I got to put on things. In the summertime, it's easy to run out. But just changing it up a little bit, I think it's helped me stay a little bit more motivated, a little bit more health conscious, and I can get it done. Tino says, hey, what you say? You are a baller. Lighten up, Lindsay. Hey, man, I'm working hard out here, man. Working hard to get it in, bro. All the time. Appreciate you. Chad said, thanks, bro. What you say. Want to say what's up, SPS World. Chad's in the building, always saying what's up. I got to see him a couple weeks ago and his beautiful family at the game, man. Great family man right there. So, guys, that's what I have for you. Find the joy. Again, shout out to Coach Robin Freilich, us having that conversation in the summer months. And I want to wish her the best, her team the best. Shout out to Michigan State. Of course, the Detroit Lions. Keep going. Go all the way and bring it home, baby. And find the joy, folks. I want the best for everyone on my timeline today. They're going to have the SPS Edge show featuring Ethan Boyd. We're going to be with Derek Harmon, defensive lineman for Michigan State football from Detroit. He'll be in the building today. Later on this week, I'm going to be giving my brother Kevin Marshall. We're going to have the show going on. Another thing I do is pray and talk to God. It brings me joy. Making that connection, that can find peace. You are definitely right, brother. He says, thanks for this today. You are welcome, brother, and thanks for all that you do. So with that being said, you guys go out there and have a great day, have a great week, have a great month, have a great year, have a great life. This is Lindsay Ellison with SPS. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.